Father, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Psalm, one verse. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds amongst the people. I want us to think about that today. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds amongst the people. I'm going to go way out in left field. I'm going to circle back around and meet you back home at oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds amongst the people. I bathe. I wash. Turn to your neighbor and tell him I bathe.
I bathe.
Okay. I wash. How many of you wash? Every hand should have went up in the air. But nobody stinks in here today. At least I know you wash on Sunday. Nobody in here stinks today, right? Now, whether you stand at the sink, whether you fill up a tub full of hot, soapy water, whether you get in the shower, you know, every one of you makes sure that when you go outside, your aroma is not offensive to people, right? You make sure that you're not physically offensive. Unfortunately, we are in a culture where probably all over the world, we judge a book by its cover. Right? We look and maybe dress, but definitely that aroma. You judge. You walk past somebody, might not say it to them, but nobody wants to be around you if you stink. Plain and simple. Unfortunately. Now I want to put a pin right there. We're gonna go back there too in a minute. Now I work for a long time with young people. Every day, middle school. And at times, they can be the most unkind, you do the same thing. They will say whatever's on their mind. Now, for me in the Bronx, the range is from 10 to 16. Unfortunately, I got some 8th graders that are 15, 16 years old. And I spend a good portion of my day dealing with interpersonal relationships, social issues. Oftentimes I have to mediate problems that come up between children. And kids make fun of each other all the time. The mama jokes and all that kind of stuff. But the biggest thing, the biggest issue, and so easy to fix, is to bathe. Turn to your neighbor and tell them, I bathe.
I bathe.
Okay. Now, my principal gets me these hygiene kits. And inside these hygiene kits, there's a toothpaste, a toothbrush, soap, deodorant, wipes. The wipes are important. And there's a whole kit. And I deal with boys. They don't want to be physically offensive. But some of them, whether it be, I talk to them very frankly. And I always add humor into my talks with them because it just works better. And many of them are physically offensive. And they go sit down in class, and the first thing the kid next to them goes, oh, you stink. No, don't sit next to me. What? No, I don't. And sometimes the minor thing can be an argument, or it could get bigger than that. So I deal with only the boys when it comes to issues like that. And I have very frank talks with them. And I try to make them laugh at the same time. I tell them, listen, wherever the sun doesn't shine, right? That's okay. Wherever the sun doesn't shine, you got to get that soap and that water, and you got to wash. And then you can do the best washing you want. If on your walk, you don't put deodorant on. It's not good. You're done. When you walk to school, you're going to go to class, you're going to sit down. And I got this kid, Johnny. I'm going to change his name in case he's here. He has constant problems with that issue. And he's known as that guy who stinks. And kids make fun of him. Sometimes he gets mad and argues. Sometimes he will fight about it. And most of the time, kids are right. Now, if you bathe yourself every morning, I try to tell him, and I give him the tips, and he comes to me, Mr. Tucker, those hygiene kits, and we go through. I turn to your neighbor and say, I bathe.
I bathe.
Okay. Now, I wash. You don't want to be physically offensive. Now, I'm going to go back around to, oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name, make known his deeds amongst the people. If you bathe yourself every morning in prayer, if you bathe yourself every morning in worship, if you give thanks and praise every morning to God himself in the name of Jesus, you can avoid being spiritually offensive. You see, we spend a lot of time making sure we're not physically offensive. But some folks can sense if you're spiritually offensive. They can know whether or not, we can give God praise on that. Folks won't want to be around you if they can sense that the Spirit of God doesn't travel with you. Now, the S-U-N, the sun, I talk about where the sun doesn't shine. I tell them that's where you gotta hit those areas. Now, the S-U-N only hits us on the outside, but the S-O-N, the Son of God himself, he hits us on the inside. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds amongst the people. That means when you wake up in the morning, that ought to be the first thing you do. Before you work on that physical appearance, you want to work on that spiritual appearance. That physical appearance we can see. That spiritual appearance, oftentimes people can feel. And you'll notice that your day will go so much better. There's interpersonal relationship problems that some of us may have in and out and around. You won't have that if you turn to your neighbor and say, I bathe. If you bathe yourself in prayer, if you bathe yourself in the Spirit of God, you won't have problems that you might have used to have. So don't wait until you get in your car ride to work. Don't wait until, make sure every morning, before you bathe with water, make sure you bathe yourself with the Spirit of God. The Paraclete, right? Now you can turn to your neighbor and say, I bathe in the Word. I bathe in the Word. I bathe in prayer. I bathe in prayer. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds amongst the people. Make known his deeds amongst the people. Amen. Amen.